Well, thank you, Mike. I think it's important to emphasize the historic moment today is for the music industry in Texas. As so many people know, there have been generations of talented artists, whether they be performers, songwriters, publishers, whatever role they play, stretching back over 100 years. Texas has been the birthplace and the place where these talented artists have lived. And as they develop their talents and turn professional, they would find an inadequate infrastructure in Texas for them to be able to capitalize upon their talent. As a result, they would have to leave Texas and go to places like Nashville or Los Angeles or New York or other places where that music infrastructure existed. With Austin being the live music capital of the world, with so many venues being here, with so many musicians enjoying playing here, with so many songwriters liking the environment here, we got to thinking a few years ago that we needed to make sure that we built out the music infrastructure so that we would be able to retain artists across the entire spectrum right here in the state of Texas. As a result, when Jody was here 3 years ago, and with the help of Brennan Anthony, who heads up the Texas Music Office, we began this conversation about expanding the footprint of the music industry right here in Texas and especially in Austin. And we began the conversation with what is perhaps the leading international music business company in BMI. And with Brennan Anthony's tireless work, with the tireless work of the other people who gather with us today, it brought to fruition this goal. And the goal is what I consider to be the next step, but certainly not the final step of where we are going in the music industry in Texas. And that is, as Texas continues to have born and raised in our state people of enormous musical talent, they will see that this is not only a place where they can come and play at some of the best venues in the entire world, but it's a place where the business infrastructure is going to exist for them to be able to partner up with fellow songwriters and fellow publishers so that they are going to be able to publish their remarkable, moving works, so that Texas in the future will be an even more profound platform from which musicians across the spectrum will be able to not only work, but will be able to better profit. And so I want to thank everybody here for the incredible role they play. I cannot emphasize enough my gratitude for Brennan Anthony, who heads up the Texas Music Office. We would not be here making this announcement today without his aggressive and focused approach to making sure this came to fruition. Of course, with Jody, the conversation began with you and will continue with you and what you have done in your leadership at BMI. And of course, Mike Steinberg, I want to thank you for your leadership, and Mitch, who's returning to Texas, got his degree, was it a music degree at UNT or? Journalism. But welcome back to the Lone Star State, where he was running your example of a guy who grew up in Texas and left to go to Nashville, and now on your way back. Everyone comes back to Texas. You know what we say. You know this because you're from Texas. There's only two kinds of people. There are Texans and those who wish they were Texans. And of course, I want to thank Gary Keller, who's not with us, but also Nick Shuley for what you do. And it's important to emphasize the names of these organizations that have played a role in this, and that is all ATX and Austin Music Movement, and everything you guys are doing to advance this cause. And this is both collaboration and teamwork at its best. And I do want to also recognize, I don't have the names, but I know that there are people on the other side of the cameras here who are either affiliated with BMI or other players in the music industry. We both applaud and appreciate your ongoing involvement in Austin, Texas, whether or not you live here right now or will be living here in the future. We appreciate you and your involvement in this and being here for this incredible moment in music history in the state of Texas. As great as the music industry has been up until now, we are just at the beginning of a new exceptional level that will expand the music industry even more and allow the state to be able to capitalize on the opportunities that exist because of the tremendous music talent we have in the state.